Hey, what's going on? You in the tube. So today I'll be performing a valve flash job. This is right after I did the timing on the vehicle. So yeah, here we go. All right, so we're about to start the valve flash job now. So the tool that you're gonna need to do the valve flash, it's gonna be one of these handy dandy thingy jigs. But the book says here for a 2.4 model, the intake is gonna be. So I was actually saying it wrong, but on the intake side, it's 8 thousandths of an inch to 10 thousandths of an inch. And the exhaust valve is going to be 10 thousandths of an inch to 11 thousandths of an inch. Yep. You don't want it to be too tight. That's going to cause some damage. So I'm going to base it off the minimum clearance, and I'm going to make sure I'm able to kind of freely move this in and out. All right, to do this, you are going to need to jack your car. You don't necessarily have to take the wheel off, but you're going to need to access your crankshaft. So we're going to need to turn it as we do this job here. I'm going to start with number 2 here because it's already off the load. All right, so we're going to loosen this. And then there's a little screwdriver on the inside too. So this is how you use this thing. Clamp it down. Try to do it where you can actually see the window here. We're going to loosen it. Get our filler gauge here. We got the 0.008. I'll fish it down there. Loosen up a little bit. Alright, so there we go. Sliding in and out right there. You put a little oil on the gauge too if you want to. So that's loose right there. You know, tighten down a little bit. Alright, you can still move it. Tighten a little bit more. Just kind of keep tight until you grab it. As long as you can move it around in there. And once it starts grabbing and it's too tight, we're gonna call that. We'll go a little bit more and it's stuck. So we're gonna bag back off, slide it back out. We're gonna tighten it down right there. We'll check it again. Make sure we can go in and out. No problem. Tighten it back down. Make sure I can move it. I can move it. Finish it. There we go. That's a good clearance. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I did this like a couple years ago, and well, not a couple years ago. I think I put them all too tight. You know, I think I did make them all too tight. So I'm gonna do this one the exact same way, and I'm gonna jump over here to this one. It's a nice slope. So guys, what I should have added was to grab the 9 thousandths and check and see if it goes in. If it doesn't go in and the 8 thousand goes in, you're good. But if the 9 thousand goes in, you still should be good, but check it with the 10,000 after that. So just wanted to throw that in there. Great. So there it is. So I'll just do the rest of them like this. I'll get down here and I'll turn the crank.
And I'll get it start on the next 2. I mean, I could go by the book. Look like I'm gonna be knocking on this number 1 next. Number 1, so I did 2 and 3. I'll do intake number 1. Look like I'm about to do number 1 and number 4. So 1 and 4 will be my next. So number 1 is straight up. Do the same thing with this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish doing these, and I'll cut y'all back on. Alright, so I got 1 done. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to number 3. 3 is all the way up. If I tried to do 3 when I did number 2, that was a no-go. Because I just went back and checked number 3, and number 3 is too tight. So it's best to do it when the loads are all the way up. Alright, perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and rotate it and move on to the next thing. Look like I'm looking at number 3 on the intake side this time. So I got 1 and 2 done on the intake side. I got 3 done now. Now I look like I'm gonna be doing number 4. I mean number 3 on the intake side and number 4 on the exhaust side. So I'm gonna roll this up. I'll time lapse this too. And some of these jokers be a little hard to get to. I got my last 2. I got number 4 intake, and then I have number 1 exhaust to do. Last 2. This one seemed to check out pretty good though. Let's check this one out here. Oh, that one seems to be a little too loose. So like I'm gonna have to tighten down the first load. Make sure that this one's tight. And that's good. Tighten that back down. Check the play again. That's so much better. Alright, last one I gotta do is number 1 on the exhaust side, and that's it, yo. I'll put my valve cover back on.
Alright guys, just did the last one. The last one you should be doing is, well, whichever one cam lobe is all the way up. Yeah, whenever you're doing this, make sure that your cam lobes are pointing straight up. Not kind of to the side, not almost all the way up. But straight up. Oh, this cam ain't looking so good. Alright, so that's the job there. I'm getting ready to put my timing on. Put my valve cover back on, guys. That's it. That's the valve latch job. Appreciate you guys for watching. And as always, I'm out. So I also wanted to throw this in there. This is just something I took notes of. If you do start at number 1 intake, then the order will go pretty much accordingly as far as which load will be straight up next. So just wanted to throw that in there.